Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about iLand 2 episode 9 or 10. Everyone's saying it's episode 9, everyone's saying it's episode 10. It's episode 910. I know I'm late. I was supposed to post this on like Monday, but I got lazy. But I'm hitting the deadline. Also, I'm really confused. Is tomorrow's episode the semifinal or the final? Like the lineup is announced then or not? Like I'm confused. Anyways, let's get into today's video. Since this episode was by far my favorite minus the judges, I wanted to talk about the highlights. First, I love Jimin, Sebi, and Coco's friendship so much. They're so sweet, like Coco pushing them to do well in money was them comforting Sebi is so sweet. Also, love the way Coco cursed Sebi. They have to debut together and I think they will, which is so exciting. Yuju and Coco's competitive energy was so flipping funny. And Coco was so out of pocket. She was like, congratulate me, because it's my first time being a leader. And Yuju was like, huh? Coco's my number one pick. Jiyu and Guri and Fugo together was so cute, especially when they were freaking out. Because remember last time we were together, we all went to ground. And then doing skincare with Jiyun's GAF energy was just period. You slay. Then Jungin and Jiyun's rekindled friendship was so sweet. Vote for them. They have to debut together. Also, love the mother energy from Fuko. Loki reminds me of Jiwoo being the mediator, especially with their like forever long fight. Last but not least, them having a little gym moment was so funny when they were like singing and running. That made me giggle. Also love Sebi, Jimin, Paper Dolls. On with the video. Love is Are you next? Love is for walls. Okay, this is like the same group that was for Lavi and Rose, just no Jimin. I didn't pay too much attention to the group, plus their preparation was barely shown for like all these groups. It's not as detailed as it was in part 1. We saw Sarang struggled a lot because she kept voice cracking and their intermin check went bad. Anyways, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but they said that their facial expressions weren't mysterious enough or anything. So their execution, I thought Sarang could, like, she nailed the mysterious, and honestly, her performance was good overall, except the voice crack. Sarang, pull yourself together. You're just getting lucky that the judges like you, because if you weren't liked, I think you would be gone by now. I love you, and I want you to debut, but I don't want to have a reason to be like, oh, Sarang shouldn't debut because of her mistakes. Like, this reminds me of Aroha, except I didn't want Aroha to debut. Like, when Aroha kept falling and she didn't get points deducted for it. Same for Sarang. So, I'm confused. Fuko/Jiwoo gives me the same vibes. Also, I just realized that, like, not a majority, but a handful of the iLand 2 participants who are left are like in their 20s and stuff, and people are like, Jiwoo is too old, that's why she didn't debut. Okay, and like half the people in your lineup are like 21. So what? Anyways, I really liked Guri. She was not mysterious, but I think this was one of her best stages. Her lip bite, her charisma, her voice is so pretty. And then Sarang, like I said, she did good. Fuko reminded me of Jiwoo. Anyways, the judges' thoughts, Fuko wasn't in her, or was too much in her comfort zone. Yeah, that's what Four Walls is. These are the types of songs she likes to perform. She literally said, I like performing After Like, but Signal Song isn't my cup of tea. Yeah, Four Walls is her cup of tea. So, what do you mean you wanted her to get out of her comfort zone? Plus, her and Guri had, like, similar facial expressions anyways. They're just, like, I don't know. And then, like, Sarang should have not been in the top 6 with the results. It doesn't make any sense. Her score was too high. Fuko should not have got the lowest score. It should have been Sarang. Even though Sarang might have performed better, that voice crack is still a mistake, and the other two did it flawlessly, which means they were more prepared, and she wasn't. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Chemistry. This and the vocal unit was my favorite, like, group, because Coco and Yuju getting ready together was so funny to watch. They have, like, such funny chemistry. Also, I thought their height difference was kind of funny. But Coco was, like, so random, and she's like, congratulating me because I'm the leader for the first time, and they would just, like, beat each other up, and they were so aggressive and funny and cute, and I really want this duo to debut together, but I feel like the likelihood of Yuju debuting is slim. Anyways, let's talk about their preparation was perfect because they're the only ones that did good in the interment check, and they kept enhancing their performance. La di da di da da da. Execution. Coco's performance was outstanding. Right, she definitely beat Yuju there because that's what she's good at. But I was confused as to why there was a dance break if we're focusing on rap. Anyone else confused? Anyways, Coco's outfit, like the whole vibe was just made for Coco. Her slim figure, her tall physique, and her outfit, she just looked so cool in addition to her amazing stage presence. I really liked her rapping. It's like, excuse me, excuse you. That is iconic. But she wasn't super stable. Not compared to Yuju. Like, Yuju had good flow, and you could tell that she's a rapper. And 80 is ridiculous. Her performance wasn't that bad compared to Coco, so their scores definitely should have been closer. Like, let me double check that I have my my scores correct. Coco got a 96, Yuju got an 80. I think Coco should have gotten like a 96 and Yuju should have gotten like a 95. Because if it's a rap unit, the main focus should be rap. I don't understand the point of a survival show if the judges are just gonna nitpick and basically dictate who's debuting. Because if that's the case and you're like going against what the fans want and you're like ignoring a lot of the participants, then just don't make it public. Don't drag the fans into it. I don't know, like, Are You Next, iLand 2, I'm scared what's gonna happen to iLand 2 because Are You Next did not end well for me. I was just so sad about it. Anyways, the process and preparation, they did struggle for sure because Jimin and Sebi weren't good at street dancing. Also, this didn't seem like a concept for Mai. And then Mai starts crying and it was so sad, and all the members were being so sweet. Anyone catch how Soojung hugged her first? Interesting, isn't it? But anyways, Sebi and Jimin definitely improved by a landslide. Sebi did really good. Not as good as Soojung and Joowon, but are you kidding? She could not have beat them overnight or in 2, 3, 4, 5 days when dancing is the main thing they focus on. Jimin devoured. I really have missed badass Jimin so much. Mai looked so pretty, but let's think about the judges' thoughts. Also, I learned that Soojung like incorporated her own style and stuff and didn't get noticed. Poor her. Anyways, how the heckers did Joowon, Soojung, and Mai get 77? The only person I sort of understand getting a 77 was Mai. She just kind of seemed like she was a weaker dancer, and like you could tell that this was not for her, but I still think her performance and delivery was pretty good. So a high 70, a low B is understandable. But Joowon and Soojung, dancing is what they do. Soojung is a street dancer, whatever. And like they didn't say anything, they didn't give her criticism, they didn't appreciate her or compliment her, and they give her a 77. No one should have gotten a 77 except maybe Mai. And then they give Sebi criticism and they give her a higher score than the other three. Doesn't make any sense to me. The only person I understand getting a higher score would be Jimin. But if I had to rank them, it would be like Jimin, Soojung, Joowon, Sebi, Mai. And they all would have had probably higher scores than a 77. Closer scores too, because they make it sound like Jimin was amazing and the rest were just bad. No, they weren't. People say it was Jimin and Friends. I do not think it's Jimin and Friends. Jimin dominated the most, but that doesn't mean that Soojung and Joowon or Sebi or Mai didn't stand out at all. They had some pretty good moments. Don't understand. Bro, and then they're just so weird about Jungin and Jiyoon being together. Oh my gosh, she threw a pillow. She's trying to keep a distance between her. What? Oh, she walked. They have beef. Like, what? Oh, she breathed. She hates Jungin. Anyways, they were awkward, and then Jungin and Jiyoon have been saying, like, oh my gosh, I feel suffocated with Jiyoon, blah da da da. I did not know they actually had a misunderstanding until, like, they said something, because I thought it was just Mnet trying to force them to have beef, but they genuinely had a misunderstanding, and I was like, wait, what? Uh. Anyways, I was like, bro, can we just talk about it, hug it out? They didn't, and then they had intermin check, and it was horrible. And also, they were practicing in the same room. Did you not learn anything from Eyes, Nose, Lips, Jiyoon? Remember what happened last time? Their intermin check was funny because they forgot their English. Anyways, and then Jiyoon is like, Jungin, can we talk? Why did they bleep out the I'm sorry? I thought she was gonna say, oh, we're flipped. Not I'm sorry. Why would you bleep it out? Trying to be dramatic? Just let us know in the conversation. So wholesome. This episode is the reason why I started voting for Jungin, because, like, you know how my top 3 are Jiyoon, Sebi, and who is it? Coco. And I was like, these 3 have to debut. And I was like, oh, Jungin is definitely gonna debut. Like, she's got it in the bag. She's talented. She's popular. But then I didn't know all the Koreans hated her, and the producers now hate her all of a sudden. And then I'm like, if she doesn't debut with Jiyoon, my heart is gonna break, because their rekindled friendship is everything, and they would be the best vocal duo because their performance was amazing. And I'm so glad their blown out of proportion beef is over. Anyways, they devoured that stage. I love Jungin and Jiyoon together so much. They were a pretty duet. They sang so well, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought Jungin did better than Jiyoon, because you know how Jiyoon was struggling and she had to go like, "Oppa!" And also, I thought that judge from Are You Next was her dad. Anyways, because Jungin didn't seem like to struggle, and she displayed a lot of what her voice can do. I don't know, am I tripping? Anyways, judges' thoughts? I'm gonna fight them. 10th place is ridiculous. That is no. They gave her so much praise, and then they give her an 80. 11 points difference doesn't make sense. Sorry, I just hit my mic. It should be like whatever Jiyoon score, and then Jungin should be a little closer, right? If Jiyoon got a 90 something, Jungin should have also gotten a 90 something. Math ain't mathin'. Oh my days, that was a lot, but I have really enjoyed talking about part 2, because there's so much to talk about. Because, oh, I forgot to say in my intro, episode 4 of the downfall of iLand 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and the next episode's coming out tomorrow. I'm scared. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.